mami nyina kwa bashonko enfambra Showdown jumedie so ewo Kumasi online TV, Thick TV and our face on the Friends of Ken TV and a Tuesday nana ya sawa majimejo my Ghana ho sensem nyina enam de eba beso munya subscribe to your channels ne mu bia make sure so be subscribe dia ma me share video we ma onu e bi ono so share enfam before na said ya dane day nyina ye no ye tuja na wa hanum sia na so wato de e de afa comment section na say e de amame na enensam ne so de busia ma body bede NPP de wom NDC de wom de atwagu ne de ekoso ye man mu nyina no me de ne nyina no eba beso mo emre ko nanim no ATP beba betina senanse ma ba won krata na mu nyina no wato ne bo apensen ne nyina mu ede amaye na me so amitire dwam ene dwumade ya so mo medin ene nana ya se wadane de nyina metina se na me de oman Ghana ho sensem beso ma ya na me wasem bia meta eka ne se I personally feel said democracy wasn't really meant for Africans. Say 4 years bia, especially I'm talking about my country Ghana. Ye be ko say ye di kokromotino e kwa akoto aba. Na afi ye be to aba ne be wie ye be select obi a wo meye mampani. Na ye hwe nim se sa mampani no resources a Nyankopon esiesie wo man Ghana odidue mu no. Wo be make good use of first na nkatimemufo ye ho atumi ahenhan yen. But when it comes to a country like Ghana busia, a different thing altogether. Politicians are going to be politicians all the time. Anytime we be renew election, it is about themselves and their family alone. Yenti memufo ye say ya die just say your time. Ekoto abane di ebusia. Frankly speaking, wama fa ye nyehwe. And one of the things is why and nemeka sa ediafa ho eyo my Ghana your constitution no. I personally feel say Ghana's constitution no e ade a chesenya nsesa ye kase pa. Esan said ye to abaninti no abai bi ba be mu a so obeyadi o so onyadi o Ghana for we cannot hold that person accountable obu o man bia da said ye wo pe bia wo wi a no akwa akope bebi atena bebi anka o man Ghana yenyi edui any resources anka we ye man mu ade ba kwa I frankly and then deeply think of pan say the ni kwan kra sanka unemployment eye ye dadwi eni kwan kra say anka se wo bi sima ko school awie menye adwuma ye wo sanka ye Ghana ye problem e was sanka Ghana yetumi ye niema acha sanka timemufo ho behenhan wo mo na so aban bia ba en na da ne ntro ne ade nko a e na ya no wo de be kire Ghana for fitibra ye former president awenya ne baby kodu oje fa hodie e de ma wo man Ghana ye Dr. Kwame Nkrumah factories bia busua wo sisi ye wo bia nom fiti sabre ne ebesi nne most of the factories have been left abandoned not just him e ya de ye former president onu so enya ne baby ko JJ Rollins onu so be sisi bia busua some of the houses companies bia onu so be ye besi na me no kase sa ne ma ne nyina no has been left behind. Fast forward the man penny that JJ Rollins JJ Kufuor sorry wono so eba be mu wono so ba be mu no so be ye niema bebre e de bu o man Ghana anka me expect sanka 8 years a obetwa wie ye that is 2008 no ebre wo fi abe mu no anka ban fufra ebe take over that is NDC no na me expect sanka NDC so ebe share some of the abandoned projects your former president Kufuor ejaye besi nede ye busu amene wo kase arechi ni ade sebia aban bi ebebe bia no that project eye your former president Kufuor person no obi akasa me ba ye me ko ho a clear example Samira hospital. Samira hospital estarte ebra na je Kufuor ye mampani ebusia wantumi ambu ne term 8 years no wo twawie ye NPP antumi amba ba mu biom ena NDC amanyoko ne ba ye NDC ba ye from 2008 kosi 2012 wo mo be ka che se Samira hospital wo mo de wo mo sa akọ the NDC sa win election 2012 abesi 2016 wo mo de ba wo mo green book mu se Samira hospital wo ma complete then again ena na rodan ko for the take over 2016 ekoya kosi 2024 the same Samira hospital na rodan ko for the catch Ghana for say what the nsa ko ho eno no so we enne NDC amanyoko yesa akoto about 2024 wo said di nkunim no wo so asaba wo maka say aka niema bebre wo so wo ye wo Samira hospital ho a eno se no wo ma wo mani akọ nti no I feel say aban bi ba nanka wo man Ghana ye constitution no ya draw plan e de ato honom say 100 hospitals and a yes ya 100 hospitals no aban ye beba no on hyase se embre so na se Ghana foto obadi tiasa aban na aban foforo ba aban foforo na beba no eye na sedie say sa hospitals na binded there be jawo honom no obeba be complete but enam politics ni said ye Ghana ye yes dirty politics into no sa ban bi ba no obehye project bi ase na ne time so kura na wanwie na so ko opposition instead of sanka ban foforo beba no beba beto aso no they are going to abandon that project go and start their own project ebedu honom no sa wo so project a wo mekwa kwato aso no so wo nwie the next government beba be sa abandon and na menu so nti na busuada ne de nyina Ghana baby a yegina no ehonu ma na yegina obi apeso wo kire se me ba abem ni me bebo adwuma me ba abem ni me be yese eno nti ye wo abandon project bebre NPP ko clear example ya agenda 111 NPP amanyoko ba abem 8 years agenda 111 enne wo manya wo mo ho NPP ye dede ena ya complete na ya complete no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sankrofo no onfa wo na wo mu nko ye adwuma wo hospitals ni mu na so there especially you for krom dey say you would realize say there are lots of faults, there are lots of things that facility no lack it just say your man anybody decide say wo employ nurses nko ye adwuma they are not going to get good equipment wo metumi dia ye adwuma I still stand by it say o man Ghana your constitution no ehia review say Ghana constitution na nya review na ye kase 1992 constitution and one ye dey kwa no obi aba be yes abi ada party ebusuan o my Ghana ye be kechire ankasa enjume ko obi ada Roman na metumi atena hanom se amede Showdown dwumedie no eso mo na migusu aka mo said the base official lunch no so no nyame ya adoma me Monday ya ebe next week Monday ena eba so ewo enkremantem update ni ade nyina no mede ne nyina beso mo ewo Kumasi online TV Thick TV ena face the friends of Ken TV Lionage Clinic GH wa maso message sende mede Showdown dwumedie no eso mo mehwe yade be na ada oso achi a wachi a wunya nu aduro bra be hu wo mo aduro mo de be ma betumi abo na tu yade ne nyina sede afi ho free consultation Monday to Saturday 8 a.m. ko see 6 p.m. and wo mo Edwuma Nkramantem no wo mo sprinters Kumasi na yade a wo mo tech maximum 0559658403 and as 0558143438 ubetimi afre Lionage Clinic GH4 our number sia mabobo so dia mawi wo mejo so shonko na wo yade no ho nsansam ne ade nyina no wo mo ahwe etri2 kama saso ena Dennis garage asoma semepacho wo pe car to car engine dem ye papa dia brabe hu wo mo cars ne de ye quality ankasa chese seats egum chese cars ne se de zifoti apono enye ka wo be kwakoto na afi enda ye se engine brake wo chira ye se tanka say debi wo mo cars ne de ye papa wo ton so a wo ni cost of nya problem ye be kan cho say na ye car no na ye obi car ne ye wia ne de debi wo mo cars de ye ade a enkrata ne ade nyina no egusu obe car to amepacho me chira kwan ye Kumasi asokwa wo mo ne TI Amas ena edi inshe nim 0550623377 obetimi Alfred Danis garage ewo number sia mabro so edi ama wo mo beje so shonko nenu da ena ebusua ebeto me nan so sem ayade a abronya DC na no akoyi ne ka ema ya arrest no ya che no na mete say ya che no in fact na mani age hu ye papa esan say yes se bi say wo awobone a wotu baby nka se wo ba wo na se wo tete wo ba na se bi da bia wo ba fa sekan na wo ntumi nje sekan ni mfiri ni nsem na ntumi ntia wo ba na ebedu mbre bi wo ba ne banyi no wonyi a sa sekan na osɔw ne mofrase na wo fa no oya na wo ntumi nje mfiri ni nsem no wo ma me pani kro na eno obeba betwe sekan no ewo so se ye nyina ye beka ya in somewhere last year September mu honom ena abronye DC kuro ya ye no ye abronye DC na ba abonte se eyade echese waka nsem bia eni kwan se woka ye say you conduct conducive and a breach of peace so sade ekoye bubruja ma chese de minority ene NPP mpenifo yi bi wono omukita positions wo mo ko yoko office wo mo ko CID office kwotena hoko su ye koye dede ni ade ma me betena ha be ka asem bi se ade na NPP amanyoko ne ye no ebia na wo madwen ye wo mo se ya de pa but ade na wo mo ye ne ya de bone ye san se abronye DC sha ase so wodi amanfo atem okrom ha na bi so enye neketwa womo internal election kakra ya womo koye ye nyina ye ni tua ye nyina ye hudi akoso edidi atama na nyansam keto abronye DC wodi di ye ra Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan empenfo wo party nim obi enu hono ma ba abonten ebebo wa na so bra abantie be kasa de etia wo bi a ye be che ne pe ubehu obi ti sa leza na afenyo markets minority leader ubehu na wo ginem na ndie dede ubehu na bi shu ginem na sebi nipa na wadi nsamfu na wasanko wo mama kwan na yetumi ede abrante no efamra kwan sho no wo mo the politics nsansamsa na bushia case no ada ne foolish case enu ada na so me yeye mi hwehwemu wo na enti abronya DC CID fu akwafa no every eyebo no all the way to Greater Accra no na chesa allegedly aniema abronya DC ya chain somewhere September no the same thing and abronya DC wasa hwaye na we dia wo mo chain no according to sources you say judge fu a wo mo wo adenta circuit court and wakasa edietia wo mo na eba ya grabe ya brante the same MPP amanyoko no na nabi di muntintima Alexander Afanyoma case wono so ya minority leader no wono so di muntintima okopie mu e wo CID office na okopie mu honom no en wo sere yese won de osere de esibia no anka wo mu je mu nenka na de ogina se surety edema abronya DC a wo mutumi beli no na Afanyoma case kasa no make statement bi ebusu sa statement Afanyoma case make ye no menene nya adwen se democracy ewo honum freedom of speech ewo honum intine ema eye aban ya abei se wo bia ka bibi yes wanka ne yenti yakwa akwoche no wanka samu ya wesa abronya DC ohia ketesi for boys and girls wo se mutoma no mudi ni shedem na mutiano mutumi nti abronya DC oba abontinde bia no abeka de ope no abeye de ope no odi gu party nenim ase party amako opposition amuhwe anim se mo ba build mo ho na 2028 matumi aba abem anka sabre yade ba ko anka wosanka MPP eye wo mu focus ne se ekwan be na sisi a party ne mu ache ye wo ba wo mi yankrofo ye wo Kennedy nkrofo ye wo Brian nkrofo ye wo Kufu nkrofo ye wo Nanado nkrofo ekwan be ne ye be foso ye be ka ye na hu abobu baako na 2028 yetumi edi nkunim instead of focusing on that ebusua enye no na wo mo yo de bia na ya chiwe nu omu de echie nu omu yedede no omu yedede enu ada ya chi abronya DC Alexander Afanyoma case okobeli no yenkwe na yenkotie ensama wodi tu udwa ni nyina eye Afanyo wodi tu udwa ebra ya chi abronya DC no enfamra sisia
leader ebekasa senior ye nim no chama bronye CID friend no baba mando nso police CID fa ne free aye sunyane na bedru ha ne na leader edi party nim ma ye ba ye minority leader wa ha say honorable Jerry Ahmed MP weja wa ha menshia South MP Suha anti leadership parliament and a party leadership nearby ebe jina omamo honorable Alexander Afanyoma osahene any bidin komo kakra.
So just as the national organizer has said, we heard of the arrest of our chairman Abronye and rather the communication officer all the way from Sunyani. They brought him. We engaged the police and they've been reasonable. The initial plan was to detain them. We tried to discuss with them the need to at least release them on bail. And eventually, the consensus was that I should stand surety. So I have done so. I've executed a bail bond for Chairman Abronye and Baba Amando, the two of them. They've released them. They've set conditions for reporting. And we are thankful to them. We only want to draw the attention of Ghana police and the government to appreciate the fact that in a democracy, there must be some level of tolerance. They've raised some concerns regarding some issues that have come to their attention. I'm sure the legal counsel will take those matters up with our colleagues. But I would also want to urge them to be tolerant and let's try and manage some of these things without creating a whole media outrage or showing somebody where the power lies. But let me again thank them, the IGP and his CID boss, for accommodating us, listening to us, looking at the time. They should be closed and gone, but they've cooperated with us. Chairman Abronye was sent into custody. They have brought him back and the bail has been granted. So, thank you so much.
What were the charges?
No, and rather just a womoche, chairman, Abronye DC, Afenyo Markins, Koji Jine Muatese, will call granted sureties, de ma womwa, womu etumi efa, womu hudiyen. Nebra na Afenyo Markins, Casano. One of the things I may expect to Sanka, or sang in the Becani say, we know how Abronye DC, Nim said, you should mind here, so why ye baby, we the new shed them na ye tuneful. Na ya kasa chele because ene akola kra ya wona nya kra nim se Abronye DC den suban bi ade a chese egu NPP nanim ase na wo kane no pa na ka wo NPP ni a se bi sansanfo ya na de cheni ade sa Dr. Fefe wa bia o mewura party ni mu a wo mo bra bia dem bu nipa bia mbu mperifo bia no kane na sa na e ma we NPP ni mu kane na obi surompo Kaneno den time NPP your former president Kufuor ne NPP a na wo hye party na tade mpo a respect na amafo dem a okwa ne nya asem ketwa na so na ye hwe ne ma ekosho party mu yete ha na Abronye DC odi tumi share ne saso akwa akobie TV just because one year Kennedy akompre ko nyine Japan enya mentame ho ase bi ntino obeka se Kennedy akompre ko se wo mu ye hiafo ntu okobie TV ekoto ne DC wo hia TV Sa TV station ya online TV ya Abronye kobie ye should just say eniema Abronye DC de sa TV yo kobie ye eniema mo ankasa NPP amanyokon mo ya wese affect party no na so obi antumi bie na no nkasa even in Bono region NPP amanyokon na mu seat yesai e obono na mukita 11 seats abrantia we be ye Bono regional chairman washroom 10 e dia ma MDC amanyoko no enne the same person ya dani denyi na wo ye niema emma party ne ho ma kono no ose wo sa contest so obesa ye Bono regional chairman ena ye nya MPP for ni bia wo supporting this nonsense. They are supporting this nonsense. Yes, inka ye kwa na ye ko select ye leader na say ye leader ye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia obi ye niema na sesa niema na nipa na ye enkoye ya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia would be able to call the person to order fitibre ye koyi Bawumia so me ye flag bearer for my MPP ensemfo a ekosuma so Bawumia ba bonti abekasa ma unsa Bawumia wa ba bonti abekasa yeti krom ha ena JFK beka che Ghana for say Abronye DC ye niema bia ensem for tenti no or the Nico disciplinary committee you the leaders of the NPP you are aware say niema na Abronye DC eye no emwane so da ye be chi ni bia na mudi so ye chi na anu makopie mu courts ye chi na anu makopie mu CID office ye chi na anu makopie mu police station instead of you people advising the guy say ade na wo ye no tete party no opposition Yakwa election yenya 38%. We are thinking of how to build the party nti bibia wo ye bia so ho ye. Mun twedefo. Mun kanya asem bia amfa nkyere no. Odi nkwasi asem ne ye che na makwa akogiragina honom na makwa akopre se yembeli no. Na anu ada a whole minority leader. Odi ni to kosi fom. Say yembeli chema wuntumi. Minority leader muao. The same party amukachire say you people believe in accountability. Yet she obi amukotena fom. Na yesi democracy ntia na se bi obi amedi nsɛmfum bi asa akeke. Yesi democracy ntia obi amra bonten bedi nsɛmfum sa akeke. Kamodi abrante ne betanka wo kasa no wo chinenim na Ghana fo nyire hu se ade na abronya DC ye no party ne manfo aso. By wa begira hanom na democracy and freedom of speech. It's the freedom of speech into no abronya DC nkoswa and disrespecting the new patriotic party. Onkoswa ma party no enum nyam na fom. NPP has a long way to go. Se musi debia ya chi wo mu a mu be kwa kopie mu ho no be kwa koye dededi a ende mu kwan wo papa NPP mu kwan e wo papa. And I'm going to tell you people the truth. Sir, and yema we ya bronya this ne nkrofo ye. There are people who have decided say senya me ya adoma 2028. Mekwa akogina simpie mekwa akogina ballot box mu pa say me di me kokromoti koto aba me NPP NC de biarada. And then abronya na mo defend no yensha asofufu ekuku dama the same abronya this year disrespect wo mo okrom ha. Genshen kwafo abronya disi kuro ya wodi wo mo atem e wo krom hanum sei na mre no so say yekoto aba. Do you think say san kwafo no e be say wo mada je so mo koto aba de ama NPP ana? It's a no. It's a no. JFK okaba kuma ne kwa wude dem ne de wo ka say de ne kwa disciplinary committee but sit down and think of the worst abronya disi you see wo yera Kennedy akompre kwa in Japan so. Who came out to talk? Leaders of NPP momuni awahi na bronya DC ebra na wodi yera Kennedy akompre ko hile Japan mutumi ba bonten be condemn eniama na bronya DC ye no ba wo mia be kama ye Ghana fo ye ntia ba mia be bie na no ka kire Ghana fo se onu nenim na wo ballot paper so nti no enkrofo edi atam nyina ye forget wo mo nti sa suban we ebusu ye di win election sa suban we ye di win election na ya cheno na mako ye dede ena free abronya nso ba abonten na no odi nsamfo it will get to a time so wo twese kan wa abonten na mo wo fie no ntumi ntia na odi baba mo so ebi na odi ko ye wura kompre ko so no na Alexander Fanyomakins honorable minority leader. It's a gradual process. Sana Kennedy akompre ko hire Japan nim say it will get to a time where abronya DC will strike on him and go to two na more years. So be careful. Be very careful. Kennedy wa bo abronya DC pen so abronya for nani anto da. Obeka che Ghana for say sebi asam ne cross so say me akasa me mu ameti hei. Aboa wo suna wo danwe mu. He compared him to a compare ko hine Japan say saabwa no nimnyansa so won fa so chen Kennedy. If you think we are minority leader no said obi e di nsamfo abeso de akwa de chi a one day it will get to your turn. Say when to me antia abronya this in that it will get to your turn Fanyomakins. As a minority leader, stop defending nonsense. Stop defending nonsense. Obiya de nenya. Look at the person's face and tell the person, say, this thing you are doing, you are disgracing the party. Manipulating your way. I don't hate Abronya this, but I will speak the truth. I will speak the truth. Yenti ya hungu mountain. Na yembisa man for say, tell me why you will not vote for the new patriotic party, and you will be surprised. Say over 60% will tell you say, and now my brother this in the subai bin to the men 12 from my NPP. 11 seats I'm gonna share in 10 seats, and I'm sure yeah. the same person and or pre-bono regional chairman mu bon sem the man so wa yade or priest of besa babiomo mu bon sem e de amano ono ane regi wentumi a rescue he is coming again no obedi semfo ne ye che na no masa ahia mo ho nyina na masa de akwakogu NPP den na moje nti sebi mu nhia de kakra sebi mu nhia de kakra. Now, Honorable Alexander Fenyomakins, I will keep on telling you the truth. Me say na yera kompre ko hile Japan Kennedy. Se na wonim se e bedroom bre bi ma bronya DC be so de won so a. Kebusia. Kokope garments papa bi emu oduru e hyeye. No ato ma bronya DC ma na dida. No ato e dia sha bronya DC da. No ato card ya manada. No ayi ni bottom sika e dia abo bronya DC da. Na so bronya afa nani anto sa ne ma we nyina so. Nti sa afenyo se ne wo so ye minority leader nonsense bia wo bedi echi a me se dakro it will get to your turn. I respect you so much, but I will tell you say advise the people, advise your people. Wona won kro afon kasa, advise him. Let people know say eniyama na bronya DC ye no mo party ne mo mfua so you people are trying your possible best say mo be chena so. And this is 2028 NPP enko ye mfa mamo. I'll continue speaking the truth because already Ghana fan wo mubuafu mu dadada no they are still there. The Ghanaians who were so angry at the NPP in 2024 they haven't changed their mind. Woman Jane and society and party no it has been divided. Party no emwache timo de ma munye madwuma yie na monkoswa enye de mope monkoswa entolerate nonsense na 2028 Ghana for ye wa tweye mu etwe mu ebusia enu adan na me betena afidie ma ka kire mu se yade abrekum Chelsea wo mu kopie mu e wo sama boy se wo mu ekwa akobobo na bo a wo mu kobo empo ebuhye kwa wiechie no na kyese ya hye wo mu 1-0 na ya hye wo mu 1-0 wie ya wo mu de wo manim guase eba back to brekum no and unfortunately armed robbers attack wo mu a kyese wo mu player ba kwa your friend Dominic Frimpong wonam so anaso ofa so ehre ne nkwa ya yeja ye tutuo ne masatuo no eka abrantie ne tirima kyese ne de ya menemo kasei abrantie no enka atiasefo ho na players nka ya eka ye no incident no esi eye Sunday na homache around 12 to 1 mu honom no players ne bi etonwura mu ebi tonsuo mu ni ade enada nyame adom wo nyina no etumi ekopie mu obrekum na eye PR eye wo mo kasamafo aba bonten aba be chieche nsem no de nam so e ma kyese Dominic fa so a wo hwere ne nkwa na kyese wo mo kobobo ni mpo sama boy ho ne busua se enye wo mo party enye wo mo football club bus no en wo mo de ko nembom no ye VIP bus CB ena wo mo use ye na asa the time a kyese wo mo koto so se Am Roberts wo kwemu no na kyese Dominic no at back seat amanfo dwane dede ni ade no unfortunately ntumi ankoye ya fama na ye tutu agese tuo no e ka na ya in fact nchechemu no miame momete na mewra hoye papa ye guso aka che busua no se wo mo enka fra wo mse mu odende etwede aponyankopon cheche wo mu nyina no wo mo re yenko na yenko tie PRO edema wo mo ne nsam odi tu dwa ne nyina no enfemra sisia
na wadaroba Isaac what really went on and no more returning from some matters no they be potting be part the sea let's see what Krobeso.
Well, and if we some matters say but you decided say you be far western region, some part of western region or into some matters now western part of Ghana until you say be far baby which is an western region and can be far Afro region which is Goso the Nanka Babisi Sunane Nanka Babisi Brikum. So just after you come over baby, you know, there is a small town where baby and different achieve Actually, just after baby any baby any, I think it 20 minutes cry. If we go baby and take 20 minutes. And driver they approach that scene, no. Who say as a nipa back me and send you. So initially, commodity and the between then KBA says quite one. So all approach here then you team manager because you are funny. A prompting to know a armed robbers is now. The nano see say a armed robbers now driver na answer movie beam. And no sign change reverse say or had the distance between baby on one and baby I didn't see there. You bet me a severe situation. No. The other na on reverse back, nanka on far reversing go. So almost who say bass na e balance reverse back no. No mo start say o move follow bass and so cover almost 100 meters with the reverse no but still no o mo ye follow up bet me aka say the save here no kwa entire na na show mo no mo ntimi ntumika go na most no mo nyina hye e jalabi ade bi enti no mo ntimi ntumika no say the nanka o mo hye jalabi o betimi ntumika no the koya mo start so mo shiti bass man driver no course some distance no utimi bie door no e some of the players need to me then escape from Barcelona. But it was rather unfortunate. Dominic no backfield. And now Dominic wada. Was the Dominic for 90 minutes. Until I'm not brains why then. Aba John Oti Barcelona behind the na start here course be Dominic na wada. The ye ka Dominic and Captain Prince and the only people like ja omupi. So anani PA Dominic ba na shoot na start here also. Oh, it's not a very close range. And the two no, I could count Dominic in the auto. But me, I'm not playing the run PFP. Bass Nima, no Marco hiding into no. Ubia Gian call Dominic to say, be a when young massive injury. And see, Omoko after Prince Anani, no more cars, Omo baby, your money, when Piama, on the shoot to guys no winning ya. So Anna thought, say, who see the players you go around. So to save the players, no, and no sorry free baby, your honor, it'll pay Jan and Sabai, Nipa 3. And a tree to see Prince Anna so. Oh, Mamaka said the only who be on Fambra. The player can walk over boy about sign a one. So there 480 Ghana cities. And I never Prince Anna. Omoji, never we nano ma Prince. And that from now we say Umbishi to Sarge, Omujina or year Dombayana, almost returning a call back. Within 20-25 minutes, and a police for by some meaning another Dominic at the former Namuja. Oh, it's but because of say na place you na Ghanako, actually, you can copy the nearby village no more. They be more anti police for the bedroom na who say or that from no. And no Pijano Moon say Muja start here. Na a Sonny Dominic. So yet Nico baby any government hospital. Nanka yet try say ye be siki medical for him. The who say a didn't so ni go so him be arrangement and can beat him that people el confirm nanka what one I so but you go so no enu Dominic edi fibo the letter and what do you see you're going to a free summer boy na eba bukuno I don't know
na time more approaches no na Roberts na stop cars bebre anasa munko na mudi ka be pie so
na car it seems like na Prague do around as a Prague 1 or 2 b and then he pack a crew so now we thought say bia me say enter driver ka say bia em say cars names were not say nti nipa na e wo car no na ayeden pa ye no na si fam was say 1 or 2 cars bi kwa dia nka na e bi hu but the way na adnisi course no like I say Prague be mienu yensa bi so I say who say nipa gina ho so driver na bi say okay bia na pa ya na say esi ho nti ono de e ba ne ba until say you see manager no to me cars no the who is different armed robbers no to the highlight no and who say truly no more gunmen and not omigina kwai no
but piano armed robbers no na e ho ye nwura mu sa na ye kwai a akwa kira embe kru
na ene achirisu ho no wasa enyi ba bi mu wakese kra because incident we see en chromophone bi kra na about to some of us are rescue. Because me fair driver na driver no super baby fine. Later no driver no phone chromophone bi and a pick catch him say phone number be din ho because omo so ba baby asin ne ye den. E wo no nti na any achiesha ho no like na mu nwa na akwa say between baby ani and achiesha ho no na the middle of sa community na incident happened.
sad situation. Wow.
Ebusuante Nyankopon enfa Dominic Frimpong ne kra ensie PR no na acheche kwan agese fa so nam so agese tuo eka brantie ya wode efri mu ya aminim sasa abre enye boko enye bete kra enfa mane maame ne papa just a 20-year-old guy ya wo try say wo beye bibi ede ama ono ankasa ne ho ene say unfortunately wako akoshia akonhye wu a enti say twede aponyankopon enti hye ebusua ne nyina akra emfa emame na meto amensam ne so di amamu ageze ebusua eba ne nyame adi fu a wo hu enipa bebre nkwa asode most of the people nkwa asode nyina ejina nyame adi fu ni bi so. In fact, adwembone abusua ye friend adwembone no asenya medifo yi bi wo mutire mu ma bone asenya medifo yi ebi mutire mu ma chese abusua enya asem ketwa enada enamia me papa eya prophet Bernard Siam send video bi de maame na video send them maame no na chese nyamedifo a yese ye friend Richmond Akwesi Frimpong na Richmond Akwesi Frimpong yi akoda wanya 5 months okwa akosie enimu no so enyasa akoda na wuo wo akwakosie enimu no so na honom no na yesi kura ya friend no abrofrem achese ewa Atwumamponnua district young guys a wo mo honom ni ade wo mo suspect say baby ade kika kwa baby asofofo ne nkrofo na media asa no ode nkakra asa no ohye enen de ebusua wo mo bowura honom no mo bowura honom ne yebisa asofo yi asofo yi wo ye den wasio ena mebusuafo ne no mo besram no mo sram me besram no ena wo mo ba afam ahwere ne nkwantini ye ba besia abofra no nsobusua wo mo ko mu hye no na just abofra 5 months no abofra no enwuye abofra no etiase na me ye nam si eden pa na busua sisi a ekoso o man yi mu akoda 5 years nyame difo just say asole ye so da no kwesi e fa no anointed grace prayer ministry na anointed grace prayer ministry say na twede aponyankopon wo ba asase hwu say no be ye Bible na kitam na nyame adifo dani de nyina ya na mo kire ade no sei na Bible no kire mo ana ebusua yanko na yanko hwe de esi ye nyina amra video credit no enko ma channel 1 TV ye hwe ni nyina famra sisia
beto se omomi ansa gina ha donko ni gina amnani nti o ye na mbusa o mo se na mo ye dan no mo se o makwala bia obehwe o mo no ofiri mu no mba besie no na mo se sa enti na papa na akwa nda ne saso no ebe san manim e de akwa na ma de o wa amnani am se akwa na wo se wo wunya na wo home no na de na chese akwa na wu na papa na de no to efom ho papa na to fom ho se papa me hwe wo wu na me bie no so wo ntoma ni akwa na ne gu so a ne nsa nyina popo which means yi na ntoma na mo de kuri ni tiri ho ne ya onya ho nya da enhome ti me bie we ni free na ni no so no na me da bi wo nwui mempene ama mu nsie no wo nwui ana muso wawu na mkobo na na mane na msida bi na mkobo na mane ebia de wo manka ti bo mese mi enko because ade we de me hwe mane nsi wa ha na me ka mo mienu di manim ene papa na me de o mbese ko ahemfo no honom
ti ko na won so kire se bubisa mi se ablanti baba mo ana na so baba mo ena o kire mu se ablanti bi wo ha efre no chozo o ti se de wo online doko edi ko hu ya ni se omo ba mna akra na omo so owu na omo kwa kosi no akra ni mu nti chozo na bebo na kuma mane ma na kem so eba do ba de ko fa akra no ba ye le za akra no no krese akra ni mu le za mi kra no ablantie no bi akwa bi so ebe dada na nye ade na asa agamia na kamekwa akọchire mba na ade asa na zo muso present ena ma me ma nse premu die ne die aya itimi ko ha najo Amrana ni amrana obutia na ni sabu le gugu ono. Akrano ngui. Omo ana kebe sie na ni mo so. Omo di che ni minutes. Amadi ko mukuru. Ana anya ye. Omo di ba ha. Ye di ko fie ni. Ye di ko fie nyina o ma sa di chen akoto akrano ko fie no ma mia no kon. Eso mukuru. Ye eno ene ya wa haki no kunu.
Maye dia, o mani.
Akuya de mo se akosia.
Ya akosia. Nyame
Ya akosia special. Me se okura fa twa. Police station na be ku fa fa sia na do be 8. Mo do mo ba dey say mo dey police for be ka ba o. Na police
you have beautiful baby girl, 5 months. Kenya twedi ampo nyankopon ene fra kwemu a ankanya medifo yesi akode ya akola 5 months a wonim hwe akola ya nani gusu ebusu video ye ekohwe baye eden na echesa akode ye wunti anya medifo wudi tumi hya wonsa akwakosie but ye gusu awatwe ye mu ye twensa police for any report bi ebeba mo nim se na ya se wa de news bi se ba me ba betena fidie mu hanu se matomebo ma kirekire ne nyina mu mobi ehu de ekode ade police for nya mbekasa the moment obeba abonte beba bekasa no mema mu nyina mate de ekoye de ba ye se sofo no shuko wi akoda no so a me kirekire ne nyina mu ma mu nyina no maso etumi atibi me to me nsam ne so de amamu de ebuhia with Kevin Taylor ne Samira Hi. Frankly speaking, I don't know the secrets behind Kevin Taylor and Samira Baumia. This is the third or the fourth timer. Kevin Taylor make a series of allegations. Edit here Samira Baumia. Na enem poni di ebushia allegations Kevin Taylor di ababonteno. Sama jasa no odin. Nanu ada Kevin Taylor babonte beka kire Ghana for say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia win NPP primaries ni nyina no ade a chese Madam Samira Baumia koye bibi okorewra baby na wakasa ya no say Samira Baumia ye onu Kevin Taylor de bi na wonfa nchene da emrepam no beba beka mo obi atiase Osan babiom sabe make that same statement. And they show me nemoka say the same Kevin Taylor saba bonti saba make that same statement to the stand say or say enye force said Dr. Mahmoud Baumia beba be mampeni na adie na Samira Baumia oh yes said ye be ya Baumia beba be mampeni no wonu Kevin Taylor hu na yaudia Samira Baumia die di wonu Kevin Taylor no ofa ne bone nche no na ye be hwe se onu Kevin Taylor na yire ne ma na bedi kan yewu anase Samira Baumia ne Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ne ba ene be sewu na abushia wo kasa ya no be make allegation bi say yes Samira Baumia woni nya bi difo bi hihye ho nya mi difo bi twatwa skele mu wotetimu ahoma timu de na wokan ya na me yem hye me owie no Samira Baumia Sebi mama fanche me wo pio kwa ya na wo hye metie simonti mo obi ehu na me prayer se busua the secret behind Kevin Taylor any Samira Baumia ke be ba bonten na mato me bua be pense mu di a kire mo esa se minim nenti e de bia Kevin Taylor oso disi Samira Baumia so de bia wo ba no be make allegations oba no be make allegations o se Samira Baumia pa we de wa de no omo bi mra bonten na di pa ne meye se wo ba be defend Samira Chesend your de ba bonten no na busu am tin am see na men try say me defend yes Samira Baumia na ye hwe se Kevin Taylor de bibi beba because said ye dane dey nyina Kevin Taylor ya na opiepia wo push no me wan kakra ori yenko na yenko tie free the horse's own mouth that is Kevin Taylor na somebody else join nyina no enfemra sisia
wo Samira me yi wo draw se show ase me yi na me de a kire Ghana fo sa small boy uche kwasi campaign na odiu na damfo ode ne kire wo adamfo ode kire uche kodi na uche me se me yi wase draw se say de a kire Ghana fo wo you have no idea you Samira Baumia wallahi me se asase we so obi a mitimi fa ne bɔne nkyɛ ne wo. And you know, tell your husband. Unkwasi asɛm na wo de ye politics.
Kumasi online.
Me do me ma wo. Ɛna me do me yere. The same way I wo do wo kunu na wo do wo mba. Yan hwɛ de ne yere ne mba betena ase akyɛ. Ɔsi anyi so ye de keke. Fa last an wo twem kɔ. Yeah, here. Ada by force say or say ye Bawumia president ana. Oh, bodam. Is it force? Samira, you say a force to say I was a Ghana, yeah, Bawumia president ana. Oh, bodam. And you just want to do everything to make Bawumia president? Huh? You say a force to say Bawumia be the president. Me Bawumia meaning the problem. Bawo, as far as only Bawumia war no problem be a Bawumia. Me say, me person catch our NPP for no more TikTok in there. So obi me say me be defend the Bawumia. Me often in Nimumbra. Me I don't respond to people without face. So me I don't do that. What about mama me? Ma bro nya ne sanko for the better say me na me be defend the Samira. Let me chira wade. Why are you stopping them? Let them come. Now quiet now we na no kan jiro mo. See asem catch no mo mbra. Me say me you was draw to say. Na me dey chira Ghana for.
Kumasi online.
Onyame na catch the Ghana.
Yeah, Kevin Taylor, no. Nah, I don't know. Kevin Taylor says yes, what attack Samira about me. Ebusu enye no. Before ye kwato primaries ni wie ye Bawumia ne yire Samira wo mutu kwanko obi memu so mo kwa performing umani ade. That was when Kevin Taylor babontin be make allegations be say sacrifices because so and was wo mo kwa das yo said de be yo che say wa so de si Samira Bawumia so a be sin ne me no me anu so nim say Samira Bawumia so kwa de such a quiet woman one shutdown pen and one say be mpo sanye campaign e bia be hu se odi ni kuro Bawumia chi a wo ye de mana hu se Samira Bawumia kura gina baby e bia wa kasa ne ade nti I am still shocked say dani de nyina Kevin Taylor e ba bonte be attack na che se nempo ni de ebusua allegation anya Asem ketwa e ye sofo recruit Kevin Taylor make allegations to say ade ama me Samira Bawumia ne hyehye ho no ma che se tweskale yi wo twamutimu ahoma timu de Kevin Taylor ye be sretiatia break my what na allegations we there anodin and I know mama Samira Bawumia say enema bi say no he wouldn't come out but ebisu ana Taylor kanom say wa ye na de bi ye na ya won fa nche ne dey ebisu ana ebusua wa ye ne bibi but ye ti o man yi mu ye nya nwuye oh ebusua emre ekọ nanim no secret na beba bonte na memete pemre ka bia meba betena ha e dia ba be so mu no enya Asem ketwa me sam no so dia mamu de ebusua ye ti rezito mu zito atutubi nanu ada na mebetena ha beka chia mu se Samia wuku se yeni NPP yeni eye Kennedy nkrofo ne yeni Bawumia nkrofo ne yeni Brian nkrofo ye nyina ye NPP fo ane zito wa fire ne style bi na wo beka san wo ka se edidia tema before the primaries nkrofo wedi gu ye Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan so no do they expect say Kennedy say yaudie na wana kuba mu nyina want to be biengu na wombra embra me join ana woso ono sanka bra ye kwa kwato primaries ni sanka ye Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan tie na anka primaries no nka wan say ni sika say na daje na since Kennedy so ka so obetena NPP mu a obetena NPP ni mu said den flag bearer pa de ma NPP de on forget o onye bida ekosi say ye be bie di atum say obi a wo ye party card bearing member bia de ma NPP ena mbra mbeto aba ansa na Kennedy enya kwanya ne say wo ba be ye flag bearer de ma party no was some statement be especially Kennedy mrebi etwem obeka asese bi NPP for onim sese bi omu ye jimi for class ada no onim nenti a wo join NPP wo say statement ne so no enkrofo bi wo hono ma they are refusing to understand where Kennedy was coming from they nam so ma Kennedy ko ka asem no nti asem ne nko an delegates ni bia wo man ko school ni ade no ye be ko so ade adada wo mu amoma to oba ni de etia ye wura Kennedy ento on ye Kennedy de o ka che ne say emre pem no wombra ombra no me join alar kojo chairman ten na wo mu mienu ne nka wo mu humbom na afi wo mu meji the base no na wo mu leadi ba se Kennedy anyesa na se Kennedy koso atena NPP mu dia ebusua confirm ma no na emfa so emfa ma no yenko na yenko tie said Zito what to be ediafa reconciliation agese ya de nyina o se cheme sabonsukura waje ne de no yentie famra sisia
tira wo ma bo enye kodi Kennedy Agyapong atemwie mekasa afa de okoye reconciliation mekatro so se o se men chairman sabozu sa reconciliation no ena me bisa sa mode ade na de bia mokokoto bawi agese mokokore konsa
so mu huni se ye fie ntokwa
wono akoka no akora wo
Kumasi online
sem bi ne ha obi a an ha obi a fa ho ensema wo keka ni nyina wo afede so kan sem bi ne fa obi a ha obi a bande ye nya ato awie ya to awie
because Samira oku video bi I think say aka video phone back no so say ye ni Kennedy ye ni Agyapong ye ni Brian ye ni Bawumia ye wo NPP
onu no wo sere
Zito
they say me NPP no ye nchemu benson Agyapong nkofo we mu
we sure
me say na nyina kofo nkofo ho na akufo ado nkofo wom ala nkofo bi de wom opoma ni nyina so be ala nkofo na wo de wo ka se hwe me say enne ye di Kofi Adu say esan baso so be ye mpia enkofo enkora ne support o say uso wo montoma no
ne say ye ntwe ma cracks nsin
David wo pa wo be ko ayi bantema sesi a wo benya ochama boaje nkofo
wo benya kokofu nkofo
wo benya chama kokofu nkofo abnada pa nkofo ukọ ayi kwada so Dr. Nuama nkofo ho
ye say Dr. Bri ye say akosi Gemfi squad no so asore
na me say media bi ni mo politics
wo kutia me ye no
kojo me say me da form say ya obi be die me hunu no obi be gina brosa so wo hu
wo politics
na sabe ti wonum na mka kiro say afi abato obeye peaceful wo munye regional coalition ono age mensa nkura no onim so ye regional coalition ho beto ne sa nko onye dadaada
ko starting dadaada
say onim
say
NPP for nanansia wo koye enye regional coalition what is one bobo constituency yes Ashanti region we nya say uti we nya say western north we nya say bunu we nya say bunu is
papa tupa
me amete ya so na mkan ya to ye fourth republic so starting 1992 o munye bida so temase eti asem no me kan ne say me de ye ma me kan say wutie fa wo ebeboa me say na say America me kasa wie ya so akwa bi frɛ no say se Zito nsema no wo kana ahya so ne yetie ni ya se nke ya maka na de Agyapong anko contest no
oba no mudi watem
oba no mudi matem no wo mo
Zito ye better for
afɛ de crucify him say de say say hallelujah adana kwa ba ko Zito say de wo kasa de na ba bia wu wom te se wo ba the base na wabo na say hwɛ
se mu hia
na me ko twantre de agede mfaso a me menya no nukure mu no me ko twantro nukure sa da bia beka enne wo bi kura ba be fra burokira ba watwa ne plane ticket kura no asende de be kire me ampa se Zito se me ka se me ba me plane ticket kura no asende de be kire se begie de say ampa wo ba enti me duru date se be hia se be yesi di entra woman ba ko se nansen ya be 5 be last week oso kokoto e ma be 6 no duru ho no
online
me ma me hade okoya me nam dasui na asebukro ndi me nka no mka se papa yi no so won so anya bibia kire se onimme oso wo hwa otena camera chi a bia eno nko ne se di osi no bia o se ba ko se wo hwa ase bi mpedi pa na ase no se bia ntesa no se ne pa so se de we pa kan se se de wo to de wa ase no so no na so ma wo kan no ye ne ni bresa na mo amutie no na mo na ye musere so
because I think say after the elections Kennedy campaign manager say on Kwesi Kwarteng.
Kwesi Kwarteng.
Or try ya no only spokesperson. Or try ya say Kennedy on free party nim or that NPP ni na the entire
one could be grow or kasa and crano consult to Kennedy.
Was it the entire one co Thanksgiving no na Kennedy two kwine one ko ba me fie ho but me who programs be me nsa enen bia akoso Ghana ha Kennedy
na de wo mo de Kennedy Japan de Kennedy Japan so ba be di NPP fo achi dia ne nyame bo no
oh
the NPP fo dia Kennedy Japan so say de nyina to nche sa ba be di wo mo achi ya hey
na obi win na am person be support na e be na ada wo so be win obi ba be support o
What's this obi wini?
Obi wini. Only obi ko content. Na o wini. Na se o memu biemu a.
Kumasi online.
Ade na misasa ade na ukodidi obi atemi we na person Samira wo nchen. Ade na ni kan misa no first. Because atem didi ani ba yansa na we ne ba.
Rabi na ko.
Wo kodi obi atemu awie.
Okay.
Na no say next time no so konde so no amedi obi atemu.
Okay.
Kennedy problem ya aba ne supporters buofu no de de na de ba. Atem didi enye lose no endra.
Okay, na say Kennedy we need problem about say Kennedy lose.
Na say abato de mo kwa obi be lose. E na me so na say me ka jo say Kennedy Japan san ba ni vote so bete. So wunim.
Okay.
Di vote so ati no lose me de na e bonwa. Na atem didi me ma bete na aba be kasa de na Kennedy anwen ne da. Atem didi no. Akoka we be didi Kennedy atem. Ama MPP panyin bi antimi amfre na kan chese kwa anti nsema obi ama out of me condemn
mo question what them no wenti
oh David
and also the problem is say baomia team no so hu say onye direct
enya sa wo mu hu say de wo ye ne bi no na eboa wo adwo asafo de ma obeyi nyina no baomia no hu say ono e na beboa no nti no ma mpa mu ya na mu kokoye we mu nyina wi a na say nipa kro no a na Kennedy pa de na sa da bia me ka me sese me wo fa ne Kennedy sa de safo wo fa no a abodam TV nka hase ye adwuma kama bia TV station tu dia abodam TV
musu be ya abodam sem kwa na kam su betran abodam sem kwa because they say the silence of Kennedy Japan
and also say a problem
ababe ye another huge problem
and to people you know onye din sa tabon so no mu nyina organize bibia wiofo so ne line no ne ayinum nyina beka buma no maka bom no ma be fa the base no ma hwede ye be
over 2024 say ya na ye ya Kennedy silence later ne oyehu so ne baomia ye campaign tie bia
na wo ka se da bia na kwase akwa agro be ja ne ntoma ho da bia wonde okwa na okwa ntoma ho eye be na medibu ugidi se da bia no obedi na tem a obesan be campaign mom da bia no ma bedi na tem no be campaign mom da bia no obedi o matem o ma bedi na tem no be campaign mom da bia obe ye sa da
ba campaign mpa Kennedy campaign wa ye 2024 campaign de otim se 2024 de wa
na me se na se me kura mpa ka dom de mark be ma me 3 minutes kura nka me nyanko mbege ensema kuma hwie go within 3 minutes no ko mbe ba beje
ba on se me na me sese ade bi I think say okay me ba no na me sese ade bi say on say baomia ko first one and we lose 2024 thinking say e bi obewi ni 2028 and e bi omode na ko so e bia say baomia lose 2028 now the chance ni ba be da unya sure say
Kennedy could not until second day Japan wo mo be ya den say all card bearing members na MPP fo nyina meto Kennedy Japan oba contest ni mu bia nya de om beto anan sa ne sem na om de atag ni say wadidi party fo atem no delegates no yin dodo na say yi na no ka nkura no ekwa ne wasafuma fo ye meeting a
yesum ko ye meeting we
and wo mo kokodo wo mo de ayi no tape no kokoma NDC for ka say fo mo agimi no ono Kennedy no mistake o ye say na nka wo so ka say mumu binum
you so twi kasa
wa akankasa no de kan one time ni ye wo ko kasa MPP for say minim say mo agimi sa e de akurenti na mba beka ka wo so ka say emu binum
na se nka ne de wonyimi ye no watwe ne ho
yesi akwa bi ko kuro bi mu no si kuro mo fo de ono hwe nipa ba ko pe ninim nyansa ene wom chese ebufuo ba no so wom de ko hye dem de obetimi a kire nto ba wo se wa konka nkire obi we ba wo se wa konka nkire obi wo se wa
ne obi a be hu nyansa bo ka se mu nyina mu ma jimi
a o se ha ba ko kuro ma nipa ba ko ninim nyansa wo abebe bia so ye kuro pe wo se wa
You will be
nti wɔka sɛ MPP foɔ nkora adeɛ nso kora no wɔn ɔnom kɔyɛ meeting sɛ yɛ youth program bi ana bibi sa enti mmeranti a momo amohyɛ ase a moba gyimi sɛm sɛ ɔnkan deɛ no deɛ ɔn sɛ deɛ osi kan no ɛkɔkɔ yɛ sɛ ase wo bia but na ka purpose wɔne nkora na ɛkɔkɔ ne ɔsafomafo ɛkɔyɛ meeting no wɔn de tape no bae eti saa deɛ na di wɔn tirimu dɛm so wɔdidi wɔn atam ɔnya wɔba bia wɔn ntoma na de sɛ me de me but I just can't the meantime. So the meaning. Meantime, me see what baby I want baby na lose.
But only as a baby tuna be drum pen so be a NPP will be more eager for power. Oh, me who said there be Edruno. Any power in a bit magic to me na my.
Ebeko go the uncle na what we say a bender. Ebeko go the uncle na. So nim say bibu. Me say we me nim panyufobia o say o ye kan say me am ne akofo pon benya timi interview obi o timi ka chen say say yi pa be de nkan ko de beko
if you will be as any better position 10 years
wo pa chen say Kennedy beba me na me ka kire
oh David Sito power there
on se so de asem me ka ya na yo so boa da ku be pie obi anu am na ka say na Kennedy Agyapong beba kra de ti opposition kra enkeye na you address of us what can you are to say I would if address of cry them
you say ampon I think ampon mo kra o mo so mo kopani bi o ka show mo say second the beba pa de nka o mo be lusu
and I'm say ko e be ko the gold ye nko
what is the problem no dey
they say bebre nu nim say second the be ne me bi wo mu nya kwa anye madika ka kiro dadaada da o ka second the na koma ne kasa no ne me ka kiro say anka say wo mo asole atia no nyino nim say wo no ba de wo mo ye wo mutimi so no answer to that no abeka mo de mo ma just for you come dre mo ma o ka za ya no mo nte o ka za ya no mo nte
o ka so be dre o mo
o ka za ya
mo ya we pa
baby so online o ba be ye president ya wo ho no ma ye 2 o'clock no afro se me ba yi wo se me di traffic mo bo se ka wa o ka za se no mo ke kan wo mo nte
but then I put on matter say the nti I was say Ghana for ye mpe change
na wo ni me se wo pa kokko ye dwa kama wo mbeka se ye tinema na ya boka uko ko yes station mbaka se ko ho enipa ma
obey lorry terminal kese
o mbaka se ko ho enipa ne ma na ka bia mfe nipa wo ho no na mu nyina mo wo soro ka be de na obi ma
nyansa wo
Ebusiante Zito ene yakọ akwakotie ne nsem nyina no aba kasa ye ne nchechire mu nyina no wo kire se ye ra kompre ko hene Japan won go so anka na runtum na NPP ne so des wo decide say wo betre mu 50 years impa flag bearer pa de bushia wo mama nembe ye flag bearer de birada won de onka na runtum bre ne so a wo mejo ne ala no mo magi de base na wo muntumi enra ne say de base ne so de yaka say nipa ye hwe nim so beba be di anima ye ra Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan di say NPP for ese wo mo mpene dia Ghana for the one say idea wo manage year Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan hu ye papa to don't forget bibi ade o ma ye no di atabo mu di ade nyina won twere nyina mbo the base for egusua wo hodoma wo mo China wo ma ye ready say 2028 wo di kokroboti no ebeto aba e de aba se de ebe ya obeba na wababa ye mampeni e de ama ye man Ghana na ne ma pa wo ne tirimu ne vision de obeso ye factories ne industries obeso oba na obebiebie nyina no ne nyina no entumi enye possible meto aminsam ne so de amamode a na achese saabere wo poma ne so kasa ensema wo poma ne so edi tudwe nyina ne se ye beka ya before the primaries eyade NPP pen for the babonten se obi a wo ye peni bia obetumi support you obi but emma bonten embe declare wo support ne ade according to opoman was in a party mpenifo ne nim se ye den a yakoto oba ne wi a wetime waka me bi ne ade ebekoso ntine nkasa ade ne koso a na saa mpenifo a wo biti se wo se chemensa bonshu na nka wo betumi abem no aba be resolve saa issues ne nyina but ye tu wo mfutu wo for mentie no obi ti se wo se chemensa bonshu we ka che Ghana for se ye ra Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan de o ye fancy talker oba bonte be ka che Ghana for se ye ra Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan de won tabrofo ne ade wo se saa ne ma wo mo ye didi atama wo mo kan ye ne ade nyina wan pa na tutu ne na yakoye wura Kennedy akompra ko yin Agyapong fie akoko ka che ne se ye ka bibise ye bibise edit ya wonti ye sropa fa ye fom so che oso obie no no mo betumi ayesa de na wono de wo beka mo obi ate asesem there is no leadership in NPP. Say yes, penny be wo party ni mu a bibi ekoso na enkoye ya wo betumi aka wo se penny bi any party ni mu na ye nim se chairman wontumi so declare won so babonti abeka se wo present national chairman e de ama party no na edwuma wo boni ade ni ama wo ye no wotumi rescue po man say as national chairman pa de obeka che wontumi se emfa e ka wono nko ade anga wontumi nko present bia vice chairman na se bia second vice chairman mbom FMA party but send national chairman pa de ma NPP de enya de be ye adwuma na first time in history I just say Asante region wo betumi aton wo mu seat e de ama NDC amanyoko kaneno na NDC kita seat was Asante mantem aye miensa na so enne wo ma je pole 7 e de free party ni nsem na chese chairman wontumi rescue eye NPP amanyoko no kra e wa Asante mantem adan na chese chairman wontumi betumi rescue NPP no e wo national oso no de wo kam obi atias one time chairman wontumi one wontumi ye free pa ba wontumi as national chairman de ebusia emfa yenkwe na yenkoti opoma ne nsem ni nyina so emfemra sisia
also mo ye adwuma wo ho because all men also trigger
Kumasi online
and yeah we should think about 3-4 years my friends say next 3-4-6 years hwe elections e koye unya panyini ti so say mensa panyina nko betimi atena fie ne nka problem aben ko no na e solve etimi ta ba ko achi di ba ko atem kan sem kire nipa the wine na e ko kasa asem ni say who is the former majority leader and the minority leader ye kan ni pampen for ti asisi am wo a asem bank wo so mtimi kan o ka ho entina party ni nyansem ni mpani for the framers of our constitution who say tawantawa de betimi aba ya odi betimi aba ba esia o se nyam panimfo tititete obuo ewo ho no betimi ayeden aka entimra ne se sam panimfo no openly or choice obeto aba but openly enkodi ba akonchi that is the wisdom of our framers of this constitution but me nya sa panyin we and ono nam se enkambom ono nam se enye unity no kwafa we o kwa kwafa unity afro obi ontimi nkan BBC brofo no so me campaign now your campaign am akwa kan BBC brofo we sometimes we have to sit down ni enkan yoma bi wo de to nchen a ye nya nkola sebe ye obu abra wa bono bi mondru sa ye betime politically betime akasa Kennedy ontimi nya adwuma no me sina me se ba omia wo de ne toto Kennedy ho a Kennedy betime ye adwuma na e political
yes
and when say
Kumasi online
management papa we na adwen ye bie na adwen which is not part in our political theory panyini bia ntimi an question advice no panyini bia ntimi an sign and free campaign no and obi a bia ni trizo so if say wa nya dok na we nya panyin no ferry na panyin phobia mo man kasa ya ankyere na obeda be deeper campaignage so we have a lot to do ye we no dan chen a ye wa dan panyin fo individually various regions no omudi yawo so I say sankrofo nyina iko na nyoma we nyina obekwa anti na asante se ye dwa to obi ferry fo anya obi ferry na okwa obeti a enya adwuma
I see. That's this time no say party ni be kwa pachew and on be dwantoa but before be no so class na wo ka no mo abobo mu din so mo ye nyina no flag bearer na say say presidential candidate na nkasa NPP koto aba mu yi no ono de so so wa ni obi ata ono agina simpie so ka so ono de wundi obi atam ti omo hwe ono no mum it is say ono mum na say nkomo
that is not an issue o can say totally wrong
sir it is wrong for me to say that
so one can what chita for ne kan
okay
so what chita for can went me and correct o ma hwan ne kan 87 no obi nam no ye bone no anye ne yekura kodwa ato no apachew ntinya wo word abeka chew se nya wo na kan
okay
they also ogitum say nkrofo na wo ye nyina aye o ma wo ye campaign ma wogitum entwa yi o pachew wogi ni bone ni nyina aye den e ma ho ba wo sere se asomesi mfa nya den enchew ba so ka se nya wo na kan dia asante pa so obi ti so obeti ase na nya ne kwan sa na
Kumasi
obi do
online
enchi no kasa no antimi anyi ho amfrim wantimi ampam na free enchi wantimi an correct na asante kire se wo na kan hye so nya den o meka
okay do you see say NPP aye candidate Agyapong bone ana asante kasa say de na wo kan ya
Sesi ankasa na yegyina anim sɛ NPP wakoyi kandini awie sesi aka internal elections na ɛkɔso no yenya enua baako frifie a ɔpere sɛ ɔba bɛyɛ kandini ɛde ama NPP amanyɔkuo na nipa ni sɛ de bɛka sɛ adepa ɛwɔ fie so ɛyɛ no yegyina yɛn support no sɛ de bɛyɛ a obetumi aboa na now woka sɛ the leadership ɛwɔ sesi a yɛsɛ yɛsesa no it is about time sɛ yɛde leadership position ma chairman ntumi na otumi lead sɛ de bɛyɛ a obetumi agye party na si hɔ
me de chairman ntumi nyɛ adwuma this is a national chairmanship. Sometimes you remember what I'm saying. Nefie kro here saying,
oh no be our constituency chairman. What be the regional chairman for I think 3 times or so. In the 4th term muna ebia or we na or be national also want to be judgment.
Let me support to chairman to be some corporate first vice chairman and our second vice chairman. National chairman they unqualified.
Identity. Because you say Ashanti region they say NPP the team na Ashanti to me head Ashanti
chairman to me buy no onye bibia obi nye bi Ashanti region da but was say bibia obi an say bi da
was say niam wa Ashanti
region say bi da
I know you no
yes you have 47 constituencies for very long time you have 47
Kumasi online
obi aba o maintain 44 no yeboa and now the baako bi beka ho and now ye beji baako bi that has been the terrain but obia no wa ba be chairman ya drop from 40 something to 40 da no ne ade kese a wa se no e wa santime party akoma party adwen party 3 party nim die nyina watimi abubu ni se ya e be den watimi akoye se wo national tezi am no kase NDC will how many seats e wa Ashanti region
so far you say omukura ni wodu bia
say MPP to be conform MPP to lose any other areas na but na Asante my vote the way then okuta na there dada you are the only chairman was an drop Asante my vote was an drop a seat there no corporate the chairman there is my man, he's my friend, I love him, I like him,
but you support him to be
uncle first vice
second vice campaign or national uncle first vice
national there on deserve on to me nyajuma my obi anya mistake maybe
me got to a point I'll hold the Ashanti region now so to me national chairman there
me bajo o ma me ana papa eni ho o ma 1 million na to me the year adwuma e be nya 10 million na adwuma na e ba ko na obiem na ayemi no a
okay
na afi ebre bi beba na 1 million na ma me ni ma
online
dan ba ko ni adwuma ba ko sika ni nyina gu aba forma ma oni sika da ho a e kan se wa bobra
and then I'm bobra
masa
to see apa the advice how the be chairman untumi onko first vice and say second vice our national chairman dey lalai
more bra papa bia wa MPP ho wa santimam because ye kra wa hini nyina to any background to say because say 7 seats every answer
yes
e bin see that ye vote a drop into brand no born saying so to me dem feel say so be ko ni ko original mu de onya bi
okay
no the oba said oba
onya decide say go be ko
onya la now there is a mover and shaker before but now it is chairman drew ahun say nipa me nsa courage na but before say chairman to me twam one obi ti kra ha be ma and also but ni na say now no de bibia no eche say obetimi ai den etimi de say national chairman should be nipa me ni ami de ba bia party na tete apansa makodu no say party ni ye ni ya e fa ma bo ache jako because say party ni here obi a o wa komaden obetimi take decisions e be ma party na gina ni obi o so nipa so
okay
now the history of your friends MPP so we are enkran for ni party o mo ye ni in the history
Ebusiati oboma no wakasa ede afa insult so during NPP presidential primaries no de wo mutugu yera kompre ko hene Japan ho a enam so ma na yera kompre ko aka na no atuma waye din wo bisa se wan pa ne be ma wan pa na wa kukudura obetumi etutu ne nan akopie mu e wo yera Kennedy fie se de si ye ne ade nyina wo bi enje mu ma ne nkasa so na chairman wuntu as regional chairman in sono wakasa edietia se wuntumi pa de e bia first and second vice chairman enumbo me ne beboare but national chairman pa de obeka se debi emfata che ma wuntumi me to me nsam ne so de amamo na je se nene minority na no dem minority womu shuye papa womu su ko bia wa parliament a ebushia bibia womu beka bia ya sankwas bibia womu beka bia abar suma the bagbe speaker of parliament onfa womu asemi nye bibia onfa womu nye cheso ebushia se bi onfa womu ye bi womu aye tohye kura wo parliament house just say ye mfa womu ho womu the proposal bi kura ba kura ni abu egu foolish case ni ade eno na eye honorable Collins Adomako wako pia movement even waka say ebra na womo kwakoto obasa wan na nye speaker of parliament no womo ne yera na nado danko Akufo-Addo ye former president ekohia ye ema na nado danko Akufo-Addo tu womo fo say eba ne Alban Sumane Bagman na papay wo ye NDC ni wa be ye NPP e de ama NDC amanyokuo no ntemo kwakoto aba mu nhye na manfa kokomete na nkoto aba anfa ma ne say on be speaker of parliament that is in the 8th parliament no na so kan ye no na do kan ye no eye MPs kro na wo mantie MPs kro na wo mu bundua digu wo masom enam se na ebidi yaw enam se na ne ma bi kwso na je se enko ye ni ade e na ebidi ebufu show ekoto aba no e de ma Alban Sumane Bagben intini dua na ebusua wo mu dua ye no eso aba na ne eso e de ama wo mu no video credits ne nkoma movement TV yenti honorable Collins Adomako next mo dey atudwa ni nyina no ephemeral sia
we've been clear about the one Ghana city say you free ho subsequently any other levy biano I'm sure so we can suspend it for about 2 or 3 months.
Okay, I see. Made us a better DBC, but more sorry now the proposal calls for some committees be say and can speak and Tinamunye remove. And then as a speaker about to actually now actually share the number of committees are in the 8th parliament under the same speaker NPP aban cash for seat committee because say banks ya license nyina committee and all that
commence online
nyina speaker say onyin tumu no a minority mo kan say
unia de bia obi bu some question asema me kan say why are we blaming the speaker who can send me about the 8th parliament then I was at Alisa Hotel. I said, my radio that when Nana the Danko Akufo-Addo met all members of parliament, before I ever could chamber, I could speaker, Babe Swaba. Nana argued, say, we are better off with somebody we know, somebody of our own, sitting in the chair than any other person. You know, but one guy.
Kapa.
Yakotuaba. And a year MP4. A buffonti. Obimu tainti. People don't know the Speaker of Parliament is a very, very powerful person. Ultimately declare seat vacant. You are not even dead. Ultimately declare Usita, a deeper 60,000, 100,000 up to amount, or no, with the power given to him by the state. Ultimately declare the seat vacant. It is not a position we joke with. When NPP4, we gave it to the NDC on a silver platter on the basis of we are timing, we are the matem, the command Babin. Babin, at the first speech in the 8th parliament, Obian go back and Koshe.
Online.
My great NDC party. I want to thank you very much for your nomination and your support. We know the board, the governing council of the
parliamentary service.
Absolutely. They should tell you, say he's NDC. He has never left NDC. That is him. And you know, he will try to be neutral, but take it from me. If he has to take a decision between the MPP and the NDC, he will always go for the NDC. It's a no so with the cash with the bill be a bar, would him say it will put his government in bad light or no, when he has the power to reject it. Nobody should be surprised. They be a mechanic about to win so. The all ye, Uya Hushi, speaker, Uya Hushi, Zoma numbers, Untimin Pamon, Untimin Peach, Untimin. Then was 4 years. Your mom pays 4 years. That's the idea.
Hey, Asem, Emoya,
Minia Adomakoto, Memoir. And Oba Busano, as my making is a memoir. He's NDC. He can't do anything about it. He has the
Honorable Collins Adomako ene yakwa akotie ne nsem nyina ba nti wo se enne parliament house on ma je se NPP omo ya minority wo yemfa wo mo nya hwe no eye wo mo an wo makwa akofa ba wa kwafa ba so mo e ani nti no wo mo na wo mo di seat no ma obi a wo ye NDC ni na na dan ko ekufo do tu wo mo fu nyina ebuhia wo mo ntie no wo mo di ebufuo ekoye sa de we ye je se ebuhia nam so a ma enne de eto wo mo yi eto wo mo yi me to asem ne so e de amamo dia na che se Franklin Kujo ebuhia over the weekend mu ho no oganti interview bi was Star FM video credits no en confirm wo mo na wo kasa no wo ba be kasa na do dan ko ekufo ado ye mampani dada sometime ago when it comes to free senior high school now somewhere 2014-2015 and wo mo na ye mampani dada itina no mo ka che ne so ye won krofo bi wo ho no ma wo mo betumi atua school fees nti no akeka wo mo nko ade anka eja wo mo hwe na free senior high school wo na wo mo betumi atua fees ni ka ye ma wo mo akwanya no wo mo ntua na wo no so a wo mo ntumi ntua no wo mo so ne ye support wo mo wo se sansema wo mo kan ye nyina before class ye beto 2016 aba no na do dan ka ekufu ado wentie wo bia na do dan ka ekufu ado bunu egu na shum de se de wo mo ye ne nsema wo mo kan ye futu o mo de ma na do nyina no wentie obia eno ne de ekofa NPP amanyoko ba ye ekowieche na 2024 election no wa reporto na busia wo ka ne nsem na mu so no en wo ba be ka se obi ti se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in fact na ye nyina ye nim se Bawumia ye vice president na nso ade ba ko obeka magana fo nyina ate ase ne se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as vice president na ye mfa ne nya hweo na na ye mfa ne nya bibia na do dan ko egufo na Bawumia ka bibi kura wontie Bawumia kura beso wo take decision bi kura na wonya konya ne ma ne nya enu nti na da bia no ye na Bawumia no o che economic management team na no wo so ohun sa de na in fact na ye no mobo san se Bawumia de na ko nim se anya hwe no Bawumia as vice president obi so wo sati economy na se no anko betumi de ne amasisie ni ade na nka bibia etumi afa be esan se na wotufu na wontie nti no de wo kan ye ne de no wo preso wo be ba be ye de amaga na nyina no ne nyina nkosi aga na metie sa asem na wo kan ye no ena me be kai se emre bi atwam no eye lawyer Andi Apia Kubi ono so ba abonten be make statement bi say eye kenoforiata enne wadwane akwa show bi memu no kenoforiata bra na NPP wa be mu no na oye very powerful Ede chen Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na chese ensema na anu ada Andi Apia Kubi ka ye nene Franklin Kujo wono so afo aso yenko na yenko tie ensema Andi Apia Kubi emre bi etwem no wo kan ye ede fa eye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia keno foriata ene na nado danko ekufu ado bra wo mu wa be mu de na ekoso ne ade nyina ne yentie bi enfemra sisia.
But the man was too powerful. So you won't get what you want.
You see, Kenoforiata was powerful than Bawumia.
Too powerful than even the president. President will tell him to go and do this. He will say, no, that lie, it won't happen.
Kenoforiata was powerful than the president.
He came to our meeting and said that I procured this victory for us. That was the first time I stood up and said, my friend, what are you saying? Excellent. I didn't see your hand in a Santiago.
Excellent.
So if you help people, procure victory, I didn't see you in a Santiago. It cannot be a case that you, as a singular person, procure victory for everybody.
He said that.
And then he sat back. And that was the beginning of my advocacy.
With Nanado, many people do not know that the free SHS policy, we discussions like this across the table.
You discussed the free SHS policy with President Nanado.
2015, yes. We had breakfast.
You did that?
KK breakfast with him. And Frema, Paris, and then...
before he became president?
Oh, yes. We had a debate, full debate. Because at the time we started writing about this and said, look, guys, let's meet. And we told him, well, look, Mr. President, sorry, Mr. Flag Bearer to be, or whatever it was. Look, if you're going to do this major thing, you've got to be careful. I mean, you've got to ask yourself, how are you going to put so much money behind it? Or you want to make people also pay, online. Can pay? Well, we argued and said, look, guys, I am certain in my mind that if I stop corruption, we can actually use that money to fund education. You can't argue against something like this. This is so the greatest riposte to our arguments, because we were market-oriented people, we're libertarians, right? We don't believe in free things, right? So somehow, even if you believe in free things, we think it should come on the back of a scholarship, right? So means testing must be done. And I was having none of that. Anyway, then he asked us, go and do research, extrapolate into the future, maybe up to 2020, what the numbers will look like, what the cost will look like. And so we go into conclave, myself, Bright Simmons, Kofi Bento, Salom, 4 of us, and then we got another person, an educationist, and we went to conclave. For 2 weeks, we did all the mathematical calculations and everything, and then produced a document. Well, we said, this is our contribution to your work. In there, we told him, eventually, if you win power, we'll still criticize you, because we think that.
You told?
Oh yes, we told him.
Former President Nadu right there and there.
Yes. We still, because we had a position we held, and we're not really going to waver. But of course, he also had this position. And lo and behold, he won. And when he won, we were right there against a president. You can't do this, can't do. It was interesting, right? So I'm just saying that at this stage, and even when he became president, he used to call us. We have conversations. But at the point, I realized that if you advise this man. He doesn't seem to be listening, you know.
Oh, really? Is that what you found out? Or was that the case?
So from 2020 thereabout to 2021, some of us saw the writing on the wall, and we said, look, Mr. President, you need to rein in some of the people who are making your government quite unpopular. You know, there are contracts here and there. There are things that you really don't want to be seen supporting, right? Anyway, he used a term in public. He said, oh, you know, some of the CSOs, they come and see me, they complain. When you go and look at the thing, it's damn squid. You know? The British man says damn squid. Clearly speaking, it's like.
So he was referring to, I mean.
Oh, well, we all knew.
Did you feel slighted and hurt that you've having conversations with him and it comes out?
Well, actually, because of the incidents he was referring to, the issue at the time, I think it had to do with drones, and we had also talked about Carnegie GVG. So this was like public conversation. It was happening in the media. And so people were like, the media was like, oh, look, there are things happening. You are not addressing them. Or, you know, some of these issues people come talk about. Like, I recall my colleagues were like, that's your friend. He says everything you're saying is that's sweet. I said, well, that's fine. We'll take it in our stride. We also need to be criticized. But I don't think he was fair in that manner, because we think we gave you real. Anyway, he was a good man. He's still a good man, but he had no power. He had no locus.
Dr. Baumia had no power under
for some of the transactions, for some of the reasons. I mean,
he was the vice president. I mean, he's next to the president, for crying out loud.
Yes,
he was the chairman of the economic management team.
Yes, he was backing at the time, and he did back on the right issues. But I can recall that there were 2 or 3 transactions that we were privy to. That actually made me ask myself, what exactly does the vice president of a country actually do? Does he have power? In any case, look, it's not just with Ghana. There are other countries where you can be sure there are people who are powerful more than the vice. Even in the United States, if you look carefully, Marco Rubio is much more powerful than Vance, clearly. So there are things like that. It depends on how they use that power. You understand? So I wasn't entirely surprised, but I was a bit worried, because I felt that if the first president cannot have his way on a particular issue, like how to ensure that revenues at the ports were protected, because there's a policy that was being introduced, and we thought that the first president was on the right path. Apparently, the other side decided that.
Which is the other side? You mentioned 3 issues that you thought the vice president should have been in charge. So the ports one, and what?
So relax. All right. So, so the port one for me was a major one. It was a decision about what policy was supposed to guide it, and I felt that I didn't feel he was respected in that regard, and somehow those decisions also came back to bite the government. But there was one thing they did. I mean, we did an undercover work at the ports, And we went to him and said, look, Mr. Vice President, we need you to own this because the pot is bleeding. And he did one thing. He called everybody who mattered the pots, all the big guys. We met with them and the EMT. Within the shelters for alarm still, he got certain things done at the pot, which lasted 3 months.
Okay.
For 3 months, all the crazy stuff that goes on at the pot actually got reduced. But when a champion recedes and goes into some other, I mean, he was the eye, he was the, should I call it, he was a champion, but then other things took over before I realized that things started unraveling. But that's the way politics is, isn't it? The other issues, I mean, I could go on to talk about even the policy on the, it had to do with something related to the fuel situation. I mean, some people were bunkering oil in the western region thereabout, and I recall telling him that he was
Kumasi Online.
I just came from this place, and I said, where? So, people are bunkering oil of the western region. I said, Mr. Vice President, why do you have to be doing this to yourself?
Abusianti Franklin Kujo no ane bi wo hono ma na wo hwe said ye na ne mannerism no etie na bi awu ni ma me pacho. He is suffering from Parkinson disease ane mental disorder kakra yen say bi abodamo, but at the end of the day no said ye adwen no kayen ye adwen no esifa adwen ya. I know when to raise my hand, when to put my hands down there. The ono ne de e ma ne niema wo ye no wo bia obeda one to 20 and to 29 year want to me enkasa. He is okay, he is very fit but ne kasa ye nyina ne brofo bebre busia wodi gu monti nyina no ejina se na nado danko ekufuado ebra na chese wo mo ewo abemu no na wutu na nado danko ekufuado fubia na nado danko ekufuado na wontie na so den was wo blame or have a little pity cry e de mabaomia because niema etoto baomia just and ama focus on your presidential material na when the fundamentals are read the change to the sports of near dear ni nyina na baomia na onya kwanya na odi beye adwuma nunti ena baomia when to me am adwuma said yes na fata but me I feel said they are trying their possible best wo meka bibia said ye beye baomia ho beye akono na baomia wa kwanya no eniema yete ha na mo meka say ena baomia na you one day straight one ambulance baomia na de baye ena mobile money interoperability baomia na de baye nti no onya kwanya na nya niema wo ye den ena wo de sa niema we nyina e baye mo ana mo keka nsem bi obaomia economic management team obebubodi water solid team ni nyina baomia kro ya nti mutume meka nje se baomia no onya akonya nyadwuma uni obi ye adwuma na wonya akonya na you step down eno na be prove ya hye yenga na for say oh okay now abrante no so oboa Ghana ba no onya akonya nti na was step down but kana no tu mutena won de ema obi amba embe defend Dr. Mahmoud Baomia ATP atena siasama aba wan krata ni mu no waba aba be pese ni nyina mu ede ama yenjume ko bi so adaroma ena bre ne abre bi adane de nyina mitume betena ha ene jume de ebeso mu nti ma hye so obeka me ho na eja mecha me ho sima akwaje aboafo nkrato ede abasisi a Ebusianti services a ohie bia no o contact numbers na echegu na me pacho wo nyina no ebeje social nkunte ye wapom de ho sensema lineage for beti usaso na ye ka na wo paton so a Danis garage wo mo so ebe sort out mamema ATP akwaba shonko ATP bibia bokodi
Yesu adom na nso e
oba de adaroma me nso me ho ye den sembe na aba won krata
okay mami for daily guide enfama yetie for ni ahwefo nyina kwaba enfama ene day showdown jumedie sunene wo be pm e wo krata ni mane se ye Eric Opoku wono ene ye Agric and Ministry of Agric and Infoni and Minister of Food and Agric ni Infoni ed hase kama na ye nyina nim say bra say man pani je die mo ba betena kunya so apen no ka kire Ghana fo nyina say o ba ba resite Ghana na nam so amani agriculture da say da na koma so ye papa Agric ne da na koma so a enye fedi agro enti no ma kontiase apa mo ba ba be hwe ama bibia akoso wano ne ma say ye kra free o my Ghana mo say ku obi man so ebiti say ye cashew ni eye emo ni maize ni nyina no wo mo de niema bebre na betoto akwem kama bibia akoso wano enso edamene krata daily guide edi ababeto krata enim kama na oba ne soro ase so a na se ye ese dun ketia ni foni eda ha sei ye nyina nim se agya dankopon bo 2028 ye man pani je edi ye mesori free so hwan na ba beli di edi samanu ko for 2028 ko we na shama mafo for bebre na di nsem bebre na baboti so ye majuro debra ko ebisa to is forcing ebisi bia me wo for ye general mosquito ono abetima bo bi so vice president we na so ma info analyst for ede eye post bia baboti a ye wo post na na say an hwe de tie bia na yakopɔ bo 2028 no ye be wo ye papa ya de nyina eye sie edun katia na nim ankasa e wo ballot paper paper ne so na be pm e wo krata ni mu ase na say eye ato is forcing na say delegate so mo no mo kasa no emu 90% so mo do mu nya ya enka eye ato is forcing emra emu 11% so say de be hari na idrusu o mo hwe de nyoma pa wo ye no kroma so obetima timi lead nd samanu ko ni papa Sansuna Julius Debra manfo bebre na kasa wo wolidi ndc betima boa no wonyamu 8% pe sanso na ye vice president na na Jane so enyamu 8% na si edun katia na se wo olidi ye 29% as a delegate ewo eye ndc amanu ko se de ye hwe si edun katia wa che wo party no nim tactics ne tratis nyina ewo party nim sisi ma ne ledi ndc amanu ko for 2028 kunim die be kwaso ye papa dia ma ye ndc amanu ko na so no ma eno mudi etu dwa se ena anu ade be kaya breast and this amanu ko no betere kunya so no ye won se esi educate all the 16 regions in Ghana se wo ko thank you to wo ho no mo se ni nyina ka ho na ejina so ama delegate ne aye amanfo na se you to when this amanu ko se da bi ye hwensem pa ye papa ya de nyina ye esi educate ye kan ko ade a wo betima boa LED eye ND amanu ko ni tino ni to e ka ho be ye ne thank you to na ne ye kasa ye papa so de o mampe no mo se aye ka ho bi pa e na so ma na timenya 29% ye nyina ye hwe yakopon bo na esa abato ne duro on ma obetimi edin kunuma ana se wontimi eni kwene krata daily guide ede ababe to krata enim kama enso ewo ha sanso na wo daily guide na mu na se ena anu ade nu ara wo sema se esi wo ya asante ma temo se ye sofo bi e friend Richmond nai wono de wo se yakopon na friend de ne so de bibe kakra e be fremu nam so ma ya ababra abayo anase akra wanya ye bosumi enum ese wo kotutu form de na kwa akoshe ho no we nam so man sem bebre na abane ya che no na eye chiamia wo eye ekuro mo no mo de December ku mienu bi ababa betudwa ni sema wo ka nyina ni se eye Richmond ya ye friend akosi frimpon yi eba ne nase ebe ka kire ne se eye nebusuafo bi ba ne chen besra no mo besra na o mo kono asa abrofo na frimtun ko bebo ba na konya na ma na ko pe beebi akwa akra ne kurabia na so na so mo de mo se da bi cemetery de mo no mo nko ho no mo pe ye bola hopa na nko akosi abofra na na so e ma wo bi ekohu na se na so ma ye na me no ka se a police fo aso ne pa chi a ene krata enso eda beto krata enim kama na krata daily guide so bo ho mane enso krata fa to so eyedu ba ko enso e wa ha me the dispatch at the air to so na no be pm krata enim so a na se Julius Debra ni foni eda ha Saso na ato is forcing eso ni foni eda se edun katie ye mami jen eso ni foni eda se sanso ena ye Mr. Eric Opoku ni nyina enso mu foni eda ha na ne krata e ebo ho mane do belidi eye ND samanuko no ba krata the dispatch e ebo ho mane se nyankopon bo na se ye mami jen e belidi o man Ghana 2020 e obelidi ND samanuko for 2028 e ye se obeyi eye Harry na idrusi se wono ena be ne running mate ankasa emfa na ne kratai ebo ho mane enso ha se sanso na wo ba na siase so na se IGP kise tete ye ho no ni foni eda siase kama na ni nyina ya ka ya kwanhie eze ko se na anu adabrekum chasi fo mo kwa bobo se dam so ma brant e friend Dominic fa mu ehre ni kwa ya no we nam so ama ya IGP aka cha ne boy se anima no mo ya monye hwehwemu fanfa sa re ho sam we ho ne kratai the dispatching so eda ba beto kratai anim so kama sanso the enche bia so na se NPP amanu no na say ye internal election no ekoso de toso no ekoso de den na ye Mustafa Hamid Foni Ed Hassan is kratai ebo ho mane say one of national first national voice chairman and the kratai the dispatching so Ed abeto kratai and him so kama me the chronicle the air to us so now be PM so cry any man ese man penny je or say Greek no na koma so ye papa into no masa entiasia pama bad boy ama ya Greek sector no etima ko nanim one kasa de ama wo man Ghana sanso na nrada na wo kopie mu wo ye tema committee says and enye fedi agro no man Ghana mu ase bebre na kasa adwumani anu kranya mi nim se adwumani enta ma akrofo no de bia de chia de se be body say san Robert for kotaki we o makoshi 2 we na fine ko si he nrada na ukopie mo tema committee sesa eya akrofo tetra form yenu bi ese jomuko di boni omuko wie sika nam so e mani ku omuko ma branch ya kama bi free so mo nam omuko na pe ene so mo ne police fo ko hia ya tutu okoso na pe akrofo yi omo so efe bo suro mo nkwa ne krata the chronicle so edi ababeto krata eni ma wonya bia na eja what obo asen wa kenkan nyina bi kama so edi amaye medido overseer edi to so na be pm so would overseer so nurse at is forcing ni phone edaha ye nyina be ka abra na NPP amanu ko ewa abem no na ye ya papa ya de nya kino for rata na ye finance minister na nam so ma my God na mu aseti memfo be susu ye kasa ka che ban pani dada na adan kwaku fado say na yes na wadede ye kino for rata ye ne de eni nya mesro yini free nchema na se yini si nchema na so ye ma pani dada se da bi da wono awate wono hwedwuma pa ye se kino for rata ye na so obo no homo de papa into yina enya de ebeye we na so de ka ho bi na NPP amanuko no eku opposition na me no kasa wato forcing e de ye finance minister na eye World Bank for na se wo mo bon na paso ye papa na say ye ma pani je diem sa unim nyansa sunya de bia woda so na ma wadwene pasa okutimi ko for ye ato force se wo no e na be ye finance minister wo kroma say wo bo hwedwuma pa is ato force na ye de bu o man Ghana papa wo se eja ye nyina ye sore ne selutu dan kasa wo mo elbo na baso e wo krata over sem se wo nyire do ho no nko ko de fa mo man Ghana god wo ye no ebebo o man na ye papa pen krata de overseer also de ababeto krata yi anim kama and so ha sanso na woba na siase so na say Mr. Anthony Yakosi Sapo no and AJR boss na wode ababeto say sa AI ba yi o kopie mo tema port one ma etima boa ye papa mo revenue no etima ko nani papa ye ne kratai and so kan wasem and so ha sanso and a health minister ni phone ed ha say kama no se nyankopon bo akina wo mo launch ye free primary health care bia eba beboa ama ye health centers no etima ko nanim ama mpuntu ankasa so etima koma ene kratai eso kan wasem so ha ye wo man Ghana mu ase no man Ghana ya qualify say ye ko wake up na no adamu no extra for bobo me ye show mo 5 ne for at least 5-1 ne ye ni Germany for so kwa akobo so na o ma she 2-1 no say otu ado masa pack woni emesi abonten enya de ehia ubie we na so ma ya pam ye otu ado ye dada ye se ye pe obi obetimeli di ye o man Ghana de na ko wake up ye wu say ye amafo maku be 600 de application na ko so mo ebetima boa ye papa manage ye o my Ghana mo my Ghana nyakopon boa wake up ye koi wo mo betima je e da ba o my Ghana mo se den so and o my Ghana for to 2 mu won wotiti fi baby free mo keka bi bo mo ya de nam se da bi ye ko Portugal ye nim se coach bi won ma ye friend na ye Carlos no betima boa ye papa ye she ye national team say wo manage wo mo a ye de ne babeli de o my Ghana 2026 World Cup in Kwadia Ghana ebetimi edin kunim tin Portugal manager world football manager world my friend Carlos wono and he said only the on my Ghana edina kwakwa piemu wo FIFA World Cup and krata overseas so edabeto krata and the business analyst so at the to so and also na krata ni so ye World Bank for eseja wo mobile trade force na basono krata so ebo ho ma na ye papa se to force wa ya de wa mobile Ghana economy na ekoyi ankasa we kire se ye do mobile Ghana crasher won sakra na wo betimi aboa ye papa mobile Ghana afani to my perfect na krata so ebo ho ma na enso so asanso na carrots eseja ye yi no so no enembeli di ye mobile Ghana fani ko ye wake up ne so no and krata so ebo ho manie enso e wa sanso na eye university Teacher Association of Ghana for Eneka say no mo say ni mani mo ye man pani die diem be 2 weeks ye tebit petition tin e de bre wo share Gtech for ni pani a wada no yini for na so e kam akwese ye man pani ebubu nua egu na shoma 1% san pani fo ye be yi omodin e na se be yi omo e de front ni mani mo ye man pani die diem e be to omo ka ye papa dia na se Gtech pani a wada no ye friend Ahmed Abdullahi e se ni mani mo ya no pani fo e ni fo cause niema bi ekoso wo mudwumadie ma papa na se oba niema bebre na enkoso wa no ankasa wo ntani manimu na no ye man pani die diem enhwe na wo nyinu efefre ne krata the business analyst so ede aba wunya bia na eja wakenka ne nyina bi kama so ede amaye me de wo ko Daily Post na nso be pie mo Daily Post na se World Bank is eja wo mo bo eya to force na baso ni mapa wo di ma oban Ghana no krata Daily Post enso ede abasan so na Carol is no lady oh my Ghana they call work up 2026 ne so kratai ebo ho mane and so ha me the Daily Searchlight at the air to so now be PM and so kratai so swap na say a year head goes field for is na no ada ye be catch so mo na esi no take place e fa ye bogo so pi sia mine no ho nai yes as niema bi ekoso wo ho no ma and shark ye betimi age e de free wo mo ensema ne kratai e po ho mane and so ha san so na ye Gtech for mo so mo chire mo ka se masa we ade papa for a boss ya wo da ye Gtech wo ye de ni nyamye ni manimu ya ese yi no efri on menekratai eso eka wasem eso hasisanso na nra dablo nye DC ya ye nra danesi ya che ni we nam so minority leader ekobeli na nekratai so ebo hwamane enso ewa ha wunya bia na eja wato obo ase na wakenka ni nyina bi kama so ede amaye sanso na ye Abubakar Yakubu wono na ye Sunyan East constituency pani a woda honom na wo kire mu kratai ebo ho manes eno ada no say ye ja police focus on ne pe achi ni kopie mo nkramantemu eno nam so amaye ye nana bi ababonta be condemn say de course ne de ye no not ne krata the Daily Searchlight so ede aba me the day break the sorry krata ni nyina so na no so be pie mo krata ni anyakopon bo achina na ye free primary nationwide healthcare no so mo launch no my Ghana mu ase krata day breaking so the aba be to krata ni san so na krata ebo ho amane se afenyo marking ni phone da ha se was free ye abroad nya DC afenyo marking na krata day break so ediansa me nyina we so na me fan krata ni nyina fensa na ya se wa fa de aka nyina fa meto aso ma ye ti for dane den na moje brese kuma Sunlight TV Tick TV and our face to Friends of Ken TV nana ya se
okay ATP da si ye papa se ensama aba won krata ne nyina wato obo apensen ni nyina mu edi amaye nyame ya aduma china ye be sanso edi ehia ebsia ATP na motene nkan in fact Ghana hadi ade cheni ade sebia na chese ensama hodro na popo ba mekọ comment section na se neja comment ni bia aba no matomebo akenkan ni nyina na so ye di so yes should Ken Agyapong remain in NPP or he should go as an independent candidate lead the base enya 66% so and I remain in NPP nya 15 go independent enya 19% na je say yera compare ko enipa bebe na ehwe nim so beba be lead the base prophetic was watching it live a lot will happen but Honorable Kennedy Agyapong will lead NPP ebuzia sorry prophet better the siam ena kasa semi na wo Kennedy still lead the NPP baby edru ni adie pa nyame divo na akasa yenta me kuchu na yenhwe de ebekọ akwakosie ohema wo se afenyo should stop following abronye on his useless attitude. Okay, Emilia, good afternoon. Sarah, please, how are you doing? Good afternoon, dear. I am very fine. Yourself. Tete Emmanuel, or say, I have just developed hatred for the NPP party. Asem. I called you. Okay. Emilia me pacho enrada wo ba the birthday me pacho ye reshe de ma wati ye reshe yan kasa. In fact, mo na enrada mo share your life na dum so no etete ye yesre mo fan che but I've always been saying this wo mo dum the 10 times a crown na ya sewa me ba betena 10 times e your man Ghana ho sensem aba be so munti e bia wo hwe showdown dwumede na all of a sudden ye call off me pacho ma wa dwen ya wo say na just a program na ba na wie ya ne sa there before PM enya mo ye nko ade ye dum lighter mesaba and ye was sanso wo plant wo hanom say but on say sometimes you wouldn't even know cross bia all of a sudden ye ba be dum ne ni ade enra it was just an unfortunate incident and I see it mo ana mo hwe enra da say incident ni see ye na ye hwe say mo nyina mo de be che ye say two kura ba na ye nya hwe showdown wase a Emma wadwen ya say ye for showdown jumedi from besom Mondays kosi Fridays 2 o'clock to 4 p.m. de bia no me ba betena fidie ma no say na me de ni nyina no aba besom ohima the queen or say NPP does not need Kennedy Agyapong yatia say ya na mo be ya fie kwoto abana munya 28% ma ba bonten aba be su se Ghana fo anto aba amfa mamo Isaac say check your finance before making some statement. Samira Hospital wasn't started by Kufuor. Isaac Mesrao, go and then check your findings here. What's it? Now a Eurojet project. Samira Hospital, a Eurojet project. It started under your former president Kufuor. Me pacho gogo wo said they would to me back comment session as oh boss who started a Samira Hospital. Me pacho the initiation and everything was started under your former president Kufuor even before Ansana ya ba to 2008 abaning to make findings ni ya wa obeti baby a free bar ase in fact emre nya ya bia ne sa Mame ndan jumeku ane was so masia metumi betina ha edi showdown jumedie no ebeso mo but before that na mehwe product a woton no besi ye bohu de ro ema say eye hospital na webie say ye herbal center say eye seminar na wode ba say ye washing powder bi e na wode ba de wo ye bia agency a wo say ye traveling so de wo ye bia besi ye bohu de ro ema na edipa pempem project patronize free wo nche ya mepacho wo betimi send a message and also with me a friend. It was 05506233377 05506233377. O project I will turn what about dying ya. Me bacho ye be do one dance any abo who the road show Eddie amount. In Jamaica was some say a Lioness Clinic GH. Me bacho a herbal medicine. Yendi aduaba fan na ha inside then wom tie yankasa. Womu do any na purely herbal. Country be a bia no mutumi edi bi ekoso yade bia so ekita di bia je se etete won so no wo mo ho anredro edi ma esan so ye free consultation o frɛ wo ka wo ma ne bra yade ne sha ase ne ade nyina wuntu esike bia Mondays kosi Saturdays and apa 8 a.m. edi kosi enwumbre 6 p.m. pa cho mema mutumi mo adwuma ye wo mpem no wa wo be ma ye kitikiti bi ne bra be hu wo mo na wo mo mboa ema weduro betumi ama wa power ye ankasa branches ne ye mienu nkramante no more sprinters Kumasi ano eyade a wo more tech maximum 0559658403 and 0558143438 ubetumi afre wo mo esiso na eja ono wo mo atwetwe enkomo Danis garage enso eso masia mepacho o pe car to elancho lankusa V8 akoma Corolla car bia upato bia ka ya papa engine dem so ya correct enum fu obebredi abepacho be hu Danis garage wo menye bi ede ama wo me available Mondays ekosi Sundays saso ena mepacho promotion akwanya wo mo Kumasi asokwa wo ni TI amas edition 0550623377 obetimi afre wo mo edi esi so mamida production team ni nyina se ensem aba won krata ni ATP ena ede ebesom ye camera any MCR nso de kwadwo ye bo a ne nsa no adwuma no na etwegu no executive producer Mr. Daniel Yeboa adwo sapoma wo bo mechi do me so amitire jem ene jumedie be so mumidi ene nana ya se wa lawyer voice of Showdown jumedie twedi amponyankopon hira mu nyina ye papa se dani de nyina moje bre ebe hwame nyame ya do ma china exactly 2 p.m. ekosi 4 p.m. ye be sansu edi ehia for now ne de makra mu stay safe.